Good morning, everyone. It's Dr. Tucker, your friendly neighborhood colorectal surgeon. And on the heels of our discussion of, no, you probably don't have a parasite, let me discuss what does live in your intestinal tract, what is expected to be there, what causes harm, and what doesn't cause harm. So the microbiome, your intestinal tract, from your lips to your hiney, this is exposed to the outside world and therefore is lined with bacteria. And as horrible as that sounds, these are the facts, Jack, okay? All of it. There are bacteria that can even live in the harsh environment of the stomach, believe it or not. And so not a whole lot of bacteria live there, but they live there. So you're expected to have organisms that live throughout the entire lining of the intestinal tract, and this is normal. What organisms live there? You have bacteria, you have viruses, you have fungus, you have eukaryotic organisms, and then sometimes you have the parasite issue, and we laid that to rest in another video. Okay, the bacterial organisms will fall into sort of traditional organisms versus something called archea, and archea are prokaryotic bacteria, but they're different than standard bacteria in the lining. Their cell wall is slightly different. So the archaea can tolerate really harsh environments, like acid, okay, so pancreatic enzymes. So that's going to be your archaea that they could care less about that because they're armored in a very particular way. So there's two types of sort of bacteria. Then you've got viruses that can affect those bacteria. It's fast, and there's actually more virus in you than anything else. And that scares people too, and I don't mean to scare anybody. So you've got the viruses, and then there are some fungus, and people get scared about that. Don't be scared about that. That's normal. You're supposed to have some yeast in you. Yes, everyone calm down. That's normal. Okay, it's going to be normal. You can get an overgrowth of all of these populations. And when you get an overgrowth of the wrong population, you start to get symptoms. So organisms will fall into the beneficial category, the not beneficial, like harmful category, and then there's this middle zone, these commiserate organisms that live there. We're not 100% sure what their role is. They clearly have an important role, or they wouldn't be there. They wouldn't be thriving there. These organisms work together as a team, so you really cannot break out just one and call it a bad guy, except for the pathogens, the ones that are known to hurt you, right? So salmonella, right? So salmonella is never normal, and it takes very little of that to make you sick. Shigella, 10 organisms, 10 Shigella bacteria can give you shigellosis, which is a horrible bloody diarrhea illness. That is a pathogen. However, you've got organisms like E. coli, and your body is chock full of E. coli. But some strains of E. coli can become invasive if you let it. So those are called opportunistic organisms. So all these little organisms live in your GI tract. Your job, human being, is to try to keep those guys in balance. Try not to consume things that are going to kill the good guys and allow either the bad guys a foothold or these commiserate, opportunistic guys to flourish. You don't want the opportunism to occur. That's true in society as well. So in the bacterial world, in your gut, as well as in the society around you. Don't let opportunists take over. And the way you do that is with a clean, healthy diet, diversity of your food, avoid antibiotics if you can help it. Sometimes you got to take it. What you going to do? But don't voluntarily take them for no reason, and don't take food substances that are known to be antimicrobial. Isn't that Microbiology 101?